Welcome everybody to our MentorBuddy drop-in session. Edeje has taken on the MentorBuddy lead this year. It's a new idea for District 91, and we do encourage those in Toastmasters who would like help from a mentor to subscribe to the program, and also those who have got that experience who would like to pass on that knowledge, learning, and experience to new Toastmasters. It is a wonderful gift to be able to do that, and who doesn't need a bit of a help up along the way? So thank you very much indeed for attending, and I would like to invite Edeje. Edeje, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today. This is really exciting for me because, like Janet said, it's actually the first one that we're doing in the district, the first peer-to-peer mentoring program that we're doing in the district. So I'm very happy. And I was really overwhelmed by the number of applications we got for mentees as well. I thought maybe 10 people would, sign up, but 70 people signed up. And I thought, wow, it shows that there's actually a lot of interest in this. And hopefully, after this session, we will have an opportunity to keep this year on year. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. So, today, what I'm hoping to do here today is take you through what we're going to do in the program. I'm sure all of you have done mentoring or been mentees in some form or the other. So I will try not to waste too much time on the structure and all of that, and hope that I can answer questions instead, any questions that actually exist. So I'll share my screen now and take you through what I have prepared so far. So, like I said, this is a peer-to-peer mentoring program for all Toastmasters on an individual level. The reason why I decided to propose this program in the first place is we know members join for varied reasons, but VPs don't always have the resources to do one-to-one check-ins on what everybody wants to achieve in their programs. And also, there's also limited opportunities of what exists on a club beyond the club level. So a lot of Toastmasters are in their clubs. They don't even know what's happening on an area or district level. So I thought this is an opportunity for people to come off their clubs and have an opportunity to understand what is happening beyond the club level. So a little bit about me. For a lot of you, you're probably meeting me for the first time. So I am with Chilton Speakers. I am currently working on the presentation mastery level 2. I'm a mom of 2. By day, I'm a communications professional. I say I'm on a mission to normalize joy at work. I'm also aspiring to do a TED Talk at some point, and I'm a travel and nature enthusiast. That's me and my beautiful family. In the pictures, that's me trying to actually be a TEDx speaker, and I love to travel. So that's the picture that you have there. And my Toastmasters journey has been about 1 year and some. So I joined in March of 2024, and I've done a couple of roles from VPM to supporting PR and communications for the conference we had in May. And now I am leading basically the MentorBuddy program. So why did I think of doing this program in the first place? I have done something similar for my professional association with very good results. And I thought, you know what? Let's do it for Toastmasters and get the same thing, hopefully. So what is in it for all of you sitting down here today? Mentoring pretty much is a planned pairing between a senior professional and a younger professional, and the senior professional is supposed to support the younger one to achieve their objectives. The benefits for mentor is you will have personalized, for mentees is you will have personalized guidance, opportunity for visibility, and opportunities for networking as well, and enhanced confidence. And for mentors, it's more about sharpening those coaching skills, professional satisfaction from just helping out, and also having that meaningful contribution. And on a district level, also the fact that people come to achieve their goals, if we're able to support them to, on a one-on-one level to achieve those goals, we'll be able to retain more people people have a richer experience, and we start to build that leadership pipeline when people know what opportunities exist beyond the club level. Usually I put this slide, but I don't know if it's very necessary. But usually what I want to do with this slide pretty much is to just show the difference between a mentor and a coach, because a lot of times there's confusion in what a mentor is and what a coach is. And the general summary here is a mentor is a subject matter expert. So you all, the people that want to be mentors, have gone on this Toastmasters journey. They know what it is they're doing. A lot of older Toastmasters will support the younger Toastmasters. So that's really the reason, the difference. Because while coaching is more about guiding people to build a vision and a mission, and they're usually professionally trained to take on that role. How the mentoring journey will go. So usually there's the preparation, which I'm hoping this meeting is, and then mentors and mentees have their first meeting, which is a kickoff meeting to align on timelines, um, align on the goals, align on how they would measure those goals, and then there will be regular sessions again based on the mentor and the mentee. They would define how many sessions they want to have in the 6 months period, how many times they want to meet, once a month or twice a month or every week, depending on the goal that has been set. And then we will finish off at the end of the 6 months period. In between, I'll also do some surveys just to understand how the experience is going for everybody in case there are any challenges to fix along the way. And how to set the stage, basically. So preparing for the mentoring journey. So like I said, the first things first is clarify for the mentees is to clarify your goal. I think this is very, very, very important, because if you don't know what it is you're going to achieve, you want to achieve, then it's very difficult to actually for a mentor to support you in getting there. And then for the mentees, again, you need to research the mentor, understand what skills the mentor has, what expertise they have that can support you, and prepare questions that you have. And again, identify those growth areas, because sometimes you might want to build, you might want to deliver a particular goal, but you find out that maybe you have 50% there already. So it's the remaining 50% that you have to now deal with and pull together the milestones that will get you to that goal. And the first meeting, basically how the first meeting works. So break the ice, share some background and aspirations, set expectations in terms of boundaries, availability, and then agree on communication. So basically decide on methods and frequency, how you want to go, and then establish your SMART objectives. Ensure that they are specific, measurable objectives that you can say, this is where I was today, and this is where I have gotten to at the end of the 6 months program. And again, I think what I just wanted to highlight with this slide is that mentoring is a two-way. It's a two-way relationship. It's a partnership between the mentor and the mentee, and it should be collaborative. It's never top down, because the mentee knows where they want to go. The mentee probably knows a lot about their circumstances than the mentor. So for a mentor, it's more about asking those questions, keeping the communication open and honest, and having respect for each other's experiences and where everybody else is coming from. Also, on the case of a mentee, it's also to respect the mentor's time, because they're giving a lot of their time to help with that development. So ensure you come to meetings on time. If you're not able to make it, let the mentor know so that they can reschedule, and vice versa as well. And basically how to maximize the mentoring sessions. Prepare. I think the preparation beforehand is very, very important. I've had some mentoring calls where the mentee comes without questions, and it's very difficult to, to move, because when the mentee doesn't have any questions, then it's very difficult to move. But I think on the mentor's level as well, anticipate that the mentee would not come with questions, and maybe come up with some few questions that would help keep the conversation going. One way is to actually look at the notes from your previous meetings to understand, what were the commitments that were made before, and probe them on how far they've gotten to based on the commitments they made before, and following up on those agreed actions that you define at the end of the mentoring program, the mentoring meeting is very important, and also documenting. So keeping all the notes from the meeting is also very key to ensure that you follow up on all the things that are going on. And then how do you track progress? I think the easiest way to do this is to keep a record. So like I said, if you have a goal, understand where you are today, and keep reviewing as you go in terms of how you're developing based on the different milestones that you've done, and review consistently. So let's say, for instance, you review after 2 months to say, how are we doing versus the goal? If there's been any developments, definitely celebrate it, because small wins are what give people confidence to actually carry on. And if it's not working, there's also an opportunity to adjust the approach to see how you can move forward, basically. And how to wrap up the mentoring, again, kept all the notes, it won't be very difficult to do this, because you just need to reflect on where we were at the beginning of the mentoring session, where we are today, discuss potential future communications. Do we want to keep working together, or do we want to stop now? And then, close the mentoring relationship. And again, at the very end of the 6 months program, I will be sending out a survey to just understand again how it went, if there were any challenges, and how we can improve for the next program. Like I said, this is the first time we're doing this, so I would really, really appreciate feedback from everybody on how it's going. We know it will not be perfect the first time, but the goal is to improve, to continue improving as we go, and take your expertise as well to make it the richest experience that it can be. So that's all the slides I have for today, and I will open it up to questions. I'll stop sharing my screen now so I can see faces.
And so comments from Jackie. Excellent overview. Too often the mentee assumes that the mentor will do all the running. Yes, I think it's really key that the mentee really has to drive the program. Beverly, you have your hand up for a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to pose a question. I'm not sure whether it's a question or not. At the very, very beginning, what you had said is senior, the words you had used is senior and younger. Yes? Can you explain it, please? Senior and younger, those two words. Should those two words be changed as experienced and less experienced? So can you clarify that, please?
Yeah, it's just semantics. Exactly. Somebody that's more experienced actually supporting somebody that's less experienced to achieve a particular goal. So yeah, I'm happy
Okay.
to change it, but it's
Yes,
all
thank you,
semantics.
because someone may think it's an older person and a
Ah,
younger
yeah.
person. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's a good shout.
And Jackie has asked, how do we meet the mentee?
So I think what I have suggested is for the mentor to reach out, just because I have seen that it works much better that way, for the mentor to reach out and initiate the conversation. I've seen a lot of the mentors have already reached out, and some people have started fixing dates already for their kickoff meeting. So please, mentors, reach out and kick off the dates. And if there's any challenges, because I know Claire has a challenge with the people she has been matched with. So again, if there are any challenges in terms of the matching as well, do let me know, and I would see what I can do in terms of finding different matches. Jackie, before you go, just one thing before I forget. I also know that mentoring is for a mentoring relationship to thrive, the two people have to have a good rapport. Sometimes it happens that you meet a mentee and you just don't have that rapport, or you meet a mentor and you just don't have that rapport, not because the person doesn't have the experience, but there's just something about the personality that clashes. Again, I understand this happens, so don't feel like you have to stay there or you have to run away and ghost people. Please don't do that. If you don't think that it's working, reach out to me and I will find a way to make it, to find you the right person to support you on the journey. Jackie?
Yeah, I have to say I completely agree with that. I've run a number of mentoring programs, and sometimes the chemistry's just not there. My question, I've got one question and one comment really. I've got the name of my mentee, but I have no way to contact them.
Oh, in the
Um,
emails I sent, the mentees are in copy.
oh, okay, so it's just an
Yeah,
email. Okay, fine.
exactly. Yes, yes.
The other thing is that really comes from my experience of having run a lot of mentoring programs, is that the initial contact can make all the difference between how the relationship works. Having the mentor contact the mentee puts the mentor much more in the control position, and sometimes that makes it more difficult for the mentee to take their responsibility and take control of the relationship. It's just something to bear in mind. I don't have a problem contacting my mentee, but for people who are not experienced as mentors, they might find themselves in the position of the mentee assuming the mentor's going to do the running.
Yeah, but I think that's why I'm having this session, and I'm having it with both mentors and mentees so that we all hear the same information. Again, you said it rightly that a less experienced mentor might not know how to manage the relationship, but again, that's why we're having this conversation, so they know that typically the mentee should drive it in terms of the question, in terms of the preparation, all those kind of things, because they know the goal that they have and they know where they are going. So typically it should be the mentee driving.
Don't
But
assume that. Most of them, a lot of the mentees I've worked with, just think they want a mentor to tell them what to do. Yeah, I
yeah.
can see Janet nodding her head, and it can be quite frustrating as a mentor
Yeah.
to have a mentee who just doesn't get it. I don't know how many mentees there are on this call, but certainly my mentee is not. So just it's kind of just some teething problems to expect, I guess.
Okay, no problem. Again, happy to adjust things basically as we go, but I have had a situation where I said mentees reach out, and because mentees are typically less experienced, they don't. They, they're afraid to reach out or something like that. So that's why, based on that experience, I thought, you know what, the mentors will be more confident to reach out to their mentees, and then the hope is that the mentees take it from there. And my thinking is, again, we have a kickoff call for a reason. So when you have that kickoff call, my advice to mentors will be to make it really, really clear, how things will work, because it's that kickoff call that will determine how the rest of the relationship goes. And again, if the mentee comes on the first day without a question, flag it, kindly, flag it kindly. Next day, flag it again, and yeah, at some point you have to, put your foot down at some
Yeah.
point to say, hey, if we really need to continue working together, you have to pull your weight as well, So there there are ways it can happen, because it's not only a give, it's also a give and take relationship. So I'd say we can, as a mentor, you can actually guide your mentees as well,
Yeah, they have to
in
set
how
they
to
have to
work
set the
together.
format for the following meetings as well. We have
Yeah.
a question from Cheryl before we take your question, Beverly. Does this have a set start and end date or time? What if someone wanted to join later?
That's a great question. So right now, after this kickoff meeting, I'm saying everybody start. So my timeline is we start tomorrow. That's my timeline, and I will count from tomorrow. 6 months will be the official end of the program. The way I've seen mentoring programs work is, if you have that chemistry and maybe you haven't hit your goal, you and your mentor can keep working together unofficially, if that's what you want. But officially, we will close the program after 6 months. And the question about people joining in between, that might be hard, just because we are doing matching based on mentor and mentee availability. So that might be hard. For the first one, the way I have I envisage it in my head is that we close matching now and everything carries on, so people won't be able to join in between. That's my thinking. But maybe for next year we can keep it ongoing and see how it goes based on the learnings that we've gotten from this one.
Thank you, DJ. And then we had a question from Wisan Lau. How much experience does a mentee need? For example, most members have never mentored before.
Is that question how much experience the mentor needs to have?
We said
Yes,
mentee. We said, yeah, you said mentee. Did you mean mentor?
the mentor.
Yeah,
So, for
do feel free to
example,
ask.
the more experienced person in the club, we probably have about 5 members who are level 3 to 5. However, we got a vast amount of newbies and not even starting pathways
Yeah.
as well. And we haven't really introduced the mentoring program or have many mentors at all volunteer.
Okay. And I think that's one of the reasons why I thought to make this a district-wide program, because we have loads and loads of experienced Toastmasters on a district level, but not everybody has that number in their clubs. So sometimes, and I can take my club for example, in Chilton Speakers, we have a good number of experienced mentors, but they don't match the number of newbies we have. That's where I first got the idea. But in terms of how much experience the mentor needs to have, the guidance I have basically is, as long as you've gotten to the end of level or you've entered level 2 on a pathway, you can mentor. And we have to also understand that although we are newbie Toastmasters, we're probably leaders in our jobs, we've mentored in our jobs and all those kind of things. So we can still support a mentee, even if you're 3-4 months in Toastmasters. The way I see it, basically, as a mentor, you don't need to have all the answers. You can ask questions as well, to people around to be able to support your mentee. So I'd say level 2 is where we put it. As long as you're level 2 in any pathway, you can support a mentee.
Great, thank you.
Beverly, would you like to raise your question?
Yes, please don't shut me down. Okay, I just needed to mention this. I need to go back now. Right. Obviously, the mentoring program between me and the individuals that you've given me, I expect it to be led by the mentee. Now, I've got a varied cohort of mentees with very interesting topics. Yes, very interesting topics. First question, they're going to go back to back. I don't know where they're located. So I don't know whether I need to do in-person visit, deal only online. I would like to do both. So obviously I need to reach out and find that out. Obviously their goals are different. And from my evaluation on what I've received, some will take longer than others. Now, if the program is lasting 6 months and then some of them decided, okay, I've had enough, I've got what I need, I'm going off. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And others take longer. So I expect that we just continue through the 6 months, giving a window just in case they wanted to pop back in. Yes?
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And I would say at the end of the day, you don't have to carry the mentee all the way to the delivery of the goal. You just need to give them a pathway to get there, So at the end of 6 months, if you want to continue unofficially, great. If they wanted to close, they can also leave with an action plan, to carry on.
Okay, thank you.
As they go.
But
So
it's
yes.
not, sorry to cut you. It's not to go beyond the 6 months. What I'm looking at, when it gets to 6 months, that is it. Yes. However, if
Officially, yes.
Before the 6 months, that's absolutely fine. Because
yes, that's
obviously
fine.
it's being led by them, not by me. I'm just making myself available as
Absolutely.
a sounding board, basically, and a support. So therefore, obviously, I just wanted to know, really, with them, how I'm going to navigate this. I've created my plans, but I need to now reach out to them and try to navigate them, whether they're in person, whether it's online, and see how I can meet up. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's what you will do in your
absolutely.
first meeting, Beverly. You'll establish all those ground rules, get all your questions, and settle down into a routine.
Yeah.
Onwude, would you like to ask your question? You were querying about how to navigate neurodiversity.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say because I have a hard enough time with myself just navigating it, and I am 62 and just been diagnosed. So yeah, but
Okay.
I just feel like I'm a very intelligent person indeed. I'm a graduate. Not that that means anything. I think I've definitely got tapped into some common sense as well. But I just feel that the way that I might do things and the way that I've survived in life may be a little bit different to how other people do. So I just think it's going to be I have to be very careful how, I choose or I get chosen. I'm very new here. I've just enrolled. I'm still trying to find my way around. So yeah, I don't know what else to say really.
Yewande, are you a mentor or a mentee?
No, I am new completely, so I don't know what I am.
A mentee.
I would want, mentee. Yeah, I would want
Okay, so
mentor.
I
you're
will talk with you
But I would like
one
to do
day.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to you one day. She's at my club.
Yes.
okay.
So we will have a conversation tomorrow and then I'll point her back to you. Is that okay?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say, I think I'm very interested in both actually, as I've been listening.
Yeah.
I've got loads to offer too. Okay, thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you.
And then Jackie, you had your hand up next.
Yeah, I've got a couple of suggestions for people. The person who asked about goals and the 6 months, one of the things I found is, firstly, I'm very glad to hear you've got a time scale. Because what can happen with mentoring is that you can find that it just gets completely out of hand, and you'll find yourself not working towards a 6 month milestone. I would suggest that whatever the goals that the mentee wants is that you agree something that you want to achieve within 6 months. so that you can then review it, even if that isn't their whole goal, like
Yeah.
becoming a TED talker, for example. That you won't be able to do that within 6 months with most
Yes.
people.
Yes.
The other thing, coming back to the lady who said she was new and might have something to offer, I think we need to be clear. And please correct me if I'm wrong here, is that we are mentoring people through the Toastmasters process. We're not mentoring them through life or being a life coach to people. The idea is that we're sharing our knowledge and experience of the Toastmasters program. It can be very, very easy to, as a mentor, to, particularly if the mentee's got a vague goal, is to find yourself becoming their mentor for life. I've actually had that experience, and it can be quite tricky. But yeah, so keep it focused on the Toastmasters process, not their life and the next 50 years.
Thank you for flagging that, Jackie. That is a really good point to get across. We're definitely not therapists or life coaches, and again, that's probably the reason why I put that mentor and coaching description. Because a mentor is supposed to help you reach a goal. So you have a goal, a set goal, and the mentor helps you based on the experience. So typically, a mentor should have gone ahead of you in the goal that you want to achieve, and show you the steps on how they got there so that you can get there as well. So yes, thank you for flagging that. It is not a life coaching.
No. Thank you,
program.
DJ. And then we have Lisa. Would you like to raise your question, Lisa, about mentoring supervision?
Yeah, just really a question. If we come across something when we're mentoring something that we're not quite sure about, or we need some support, we need mentoring ourselves, how do we go about getting that? Or if something's come up that we need to discuss in confidence, what should we do? How do we deal with it?
That's a great question. I will share some resources following this call. So when I share the recording, I'll also share some resources. So somebody that has gone ahead of me in this mentoring program on a club level has pulled together some really fantastic pool of resources. So I'm going to share that along with all of this. So your first point of contact definitely will be the Toastmasters website. There are loads of resources there on how to mentor, how to, tackle challenges. But if you don't find what you're looking for there as well, reach out to me. What I was hoping to do with this program as well, maybe it's a good it's a good way to ask the question here. Will people be open to having a WhatsApp group for mentors? So in case there's any, challenges you face that you can't find on the, in the resource, you can ask a fellow mentor if they've gone through it before. Is that something people will be open to?
I certainly would. And I think, I am a life coach actually in my other professional life. So, and I know how much sort of coaching supervision is really helpful. So just having that group of other mentors to talk to, I think sometimes is quite helpful.
Okay, super. So I would, again, when I send the resources, I'll ask for people's numbers and set up that WhatsApp group. So I think that would be great just to bounce off ideas, if anything comes up. Brilliant.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you. Great question.
Claire, before we go to your question about the mentoring pathway, Smita, you had a question.
Yeah, my question is that I have been assigned 4 mentees by email, and I don't have their contact details. So will I be getting their contact details for me to reach out to them first, or will they reach out to me? I'm sorry if it was covered before.
Yeah, it's fine. I think Jackie asked this question earlier, and the emails I sent out to say you have been matched with so and so person, their emails I've CC'd them in those emails. So you can just reach out to them via email, and you guys can decide what's the best mode of communication. So some people prefer WhatsApp, some people prefer email addresses, but first of all, that first outreach should be email. Their emails are in the same email that I sent to you.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I missed that because I couldn't see the emails. No problem. I'll ask them for the numbers. Thank you.
All right. In case you're having any challenges, you can reach out to me as well. I'm happy to send the emails to you again if you need it.
Thank you.
Claire, you had a comment about the Mentoring Pathways program.
Yes, within Pathways, once you've done level 2, as some of you already know, you can do the Pathways mentoring program, and it just seemed a very sensible thing to dovetail in with what we're doing here. Because first of all, you do a short mentoring, and then you do a 6-month mentoring with so many hours per month recommended. I just felt that seems to be a recognition to the mentors as well, if they've not already done it.
Is there training on being a mentor, Claire? I haven't done it yet.
There is.
There is a little bit.
Okay.
So there's a whole module on being a mentor for mentees. There's also a training contract, a contract between you and the mentee that's available. And there's also a mentor manual. So once Edeje creates the WhatsApp group, I'll put all of that there. Or if I can
Well,
get...
it's on the Pathways program, isn't it? You can look at the pathways, the mentoring pathway.
You can, but only once you've done level 2, as far as
Yes.
I understand.
That's right. It's only
level 2 to
available after
access.
that. Yes. So that is a good point, and very useful to, as you say, dovetail in your mentoring with your mentee as part of that Pathways mentoring program. Thank you. Lisa also raised a question which I wouldn't know the answer to. Oh, Jackie, you've written a book about mentoring. Okay. Do you want to share that at some stage? Lisa, your question about GDPR. You could probably best answer it for us all.
Yes, just that obviously with GDPR, we have to be careful about keeping records of, personal details, etc., etc. Just really to let people know that if you're gonna keep notes from your sessions, you've got to be careful about what you keep, what personal information you keep, because people are able to ask for those records. So I just think we need to be aware of GDPR rules and things like that, really.
And then in terms of what keeping is impersonal, for example, if we're just keeping actions, because when I mentor my mentees, we agree the actions and I will make a note as they go through of the challenges they're facing. That's not personal information.
No, but if you've assigned it to their name and email address or anything that's personal information about them, or if something comes up that's about neurodiversity or their gender or those sorts of things.
Or personal details.
So when I'm coaching, I tend to use initials of people so that it's not easily... so if somebody was to pick up my coaching notes, for example, they wouldn't necessarily know that person's name because it's only using their initials. So it's just to make people aware of when you're keeping written notes, because I would imagine most people will write things down. Just be careful about writing the person's full name or email address or phone number or anything like that. So I just wanted to raise it as a...
No, that's really good advice.
Be aware of it, that's all.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thanks.
And Jackie has put a link to her book on mentoring in the chat. DJ, that's been so helpful. I'm going to hand back to you for more information to answer more questions or next steps.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for your questions. I think that has been the richest part of this this session, because again, just bouncing ideas off people that have the experience already has been really helpful. For instance, the GDPR thing we wouldn't have even touched at all, and what Jackie also recommended, as well as the WhatsApp group. Again, that's something that probably wouldn't have come up if we didn't have this discussion. So thank you very much for joining. Next steps, like I said, is kick off from tomorrow. Reach out to your mentors, get everything started. And if there are any issues, teaching issues, no chemistry, all those things, please come back to me. I'm happy to find ways around it. Also, there are a couple of mentees that haven't got matched yet because we don't have enough mentors. So my call out to everyone here is, if you're a mentor and you can take on 1 or 2 more people, please let me know. Reach out to the email I've put in the comments. If it's possible at all to take on anybody else, let me know, because there are 25 mentees waiting to be matched. What I'm hoping to do as well is, during the district humorous speech and table topics contest finals, I'll be hoping to recruit more mentors there. So I would recruit more, but if not, from the ones we already have. If you can take on 1 or 2 more, please let me know. That would be really, really helpful.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. You've already agreed.
Thank you, Jackie.
And yes, we will share the presentation, Wisan, to all those who have registered. And Edeje's email address will be there as well. Beverly, you have a question.
Hi, just one last question. With my 4 mentors, are there any rules on, obviously it needs to be consented by the mentees, yes? That I can bring them together, maybe on a Zoom call or anything? Are there any rules that forbids that?
Personally, I don't think that's a problem as long as the
Okay.
mentees are happy to do it.
Agree. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. With
Yeah.
consent. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And sometimes group coaching or group mentoring can actually be really beneficial because let's say, for instance, somebody comes with no questions, and another person's question sparks something for them as well and stuff. So sometimes group mentoring can actually work really well, especially if they have similar goals. All right, brilliant. If there are no more questions or comments, you will hear from me in the next 2 to 3 days. Let me just compile everything and get everything in the right place. Like I said, reach out, get all your mentor kickoff sessions set up, and any challenges, please do let me know and we'll fix it. Thanks.